Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Anthony, President Director of PT Hindoli, a Cargill-owned plantation. We are located in South Sumatra. Cargill had two speakers on day one, cluster session. One was talking about Cargill's safety practices in plantation, and the other Cargill high-yield oil palm production. And this morning I will share with you how Cargill integrated these two core practices to produce world-class smallholders. Also, if time permits, I will share with you the Cargill's approach to new development area. But first, I wish to thank RT10 organizers and to this session chairman, Dr. Simon Lott, for this opportunity. We started sharing our smallholder successes commencing with our journey towards RSPO certification at RT7 in Kuala Lumpur in 2009. At RT8 in Jakarta, 2010, our smallholders were awarded the RSPO certification, similar to the award presentation of the independent smallholders which we saw yesterday. Last year in Sandakan RT9, my COO presented a paper on smallholder sustainability. We are currently working on certifying a core group of independent smallholders. There are almost 6,000 hectares of land owned by independent smallholders around our area of operation. And if all goes well, we might be able to share our experiences and our journey with you guys at RT11. PT Hindoli operates just out of South Sumatra. We acquired this business in late 1995. It consisted then of a stall scheme smallholder project and no company-owned development. Today, we are working together with 8,800 smallholders for an area covering 17,600 hectares. Each Indonesian scheme smallholders by law can only own 2 hectares each. Currently, we are also opening another 2,400 hectares in our new development project for 1,200 farmers. Our journey on sustainability goes back to 1995 when we first acquired this business. It is standard Cargill policy whereby all our operations anywhere around the world must be sustainable, whether operationally, environmentally, or socially. Therefore, with all these best management practices already in place for our smallholders operations early on, and when Indonesian RSPO PNC for smallholders were approved in 2010, our jump towards RSPO certification was very small, was very minor, and all 17,600 hectares were certified in August of 2010. For our friends in Central, South America, Africa, who are opening up new plantation, I strongly suggest you start planning for RSPO compliance from day one itself. The cost of certification for RSPO would range from between $2 to $20 per hectare. But implementing good practices and the RSPO compliance early, you will be looking at somewhere about 2. Or in our case, which is below 2 per hectare. Part of our smallholders are also certified ICC EU version, and this group and this jump towards this certification is just the cost of the audit. But the premium is almost 15 times what the current certification is. I'm sorry to RSPO, I had to mention this. But last year the premium was in fact 30 times this. From the time our smallholders were certified in August 2010 to August 2012, premium paid out to smallholders is just below 1.5 million US dollar. A portion of this is also contributed to certain buyers willing to pay premium over premium price to source for sustainable palm oil from smallholders. We must help smallholders create a long-term business in our oil palm production, which can be passed down from one generation to the next. It is not uncommon to hear or read of unselfish vision of indigenous people living sustainably and in harmony with the natural environment. While that vision is very honorable, it is not a reality for many smallholders' families. The reality is that making a life for subsistence farming is tough. Providing for the basic needs for the family is a full-time job for the time to dwell on the future until these basic needs are addressed. Sustainability will surely take a second seat. For oil palm smallholders, the basic needs are provided by income from the crop. Maximizing production of crop maximizes income. The world market determines the selling price, so it's out of their control. Yield intensification through good agricultural practice is in their control. Cargill is assisting by providing technical, agronomic inputs, providing training and introducing best management practices as carried out in our own plantation and extending this to our smallholders. Motivating smallholders on sustainability starts with recognizing that oil palm is their family business. It is economic success is where they place their hope for their future. As part of the scheme smallholder project, we prepared the land, planted it and nurtured it until palm was mature. We took no shortcuts and delivered a quality plot for the smallholders after 48 months to start them off with. From then and until right now, Cargill continues to provide the necessary agriculture extension services, education and coaching to drive for higher yields. These activities are the precursors for their economic well-being and then open the door to even bigger, to them even begin talking about sustainability. We are proud of the yields achieved by the hard work of our smallholders. For the past 4 years, the smallholders' yields are sustainably maintained at 25 metric tons per hectare. Production which comes from 22-year-old palms, so that is pretty impressive. Last year, our smallholders achieved an average annual earning per farmer of USD 9,000 per family. So that's almost more than 3 times the Indonesian national wage average of 2,800 US dollar. Farmer motivation is built as an ongoing and enriching partnership with Cargill-owned Inti Plantation. Our interaction with smallholder is realized through a dedicated smallholder development team made up of 11 executives and 20 support staff. They interact daily with the smallholders and their 17 cooperatives covering topics like agronomy, cooperative organization, financial issues, human resource issues, CSR programs, and communication methods. This team works with the smallholders to understand the RSPO P&C and indicators and then identify the correct gaps into their operations. We rely heavily on strong and effective smallholders cooperative. To demonstrate this, we add on a 0.5% on top of the normal fruit pricing payment to support the operation of these cooperatives. The cooperative leaders look to Hindoli as an example. When Hindoli achieved RSPO certification in 2009, the smallholders too wanted to accomplish the same. They wanted this because we are true partners in this business. This is the same for ICC certification. After Hindoli achieved ours in 2010, farmers had the same ambitions. We work together to reinforce the concept that sustainability is good for their family business. The cooperative leaders wanted to achieve this through world-class standards and then took the message back to their individual members. Today, Cargill markets smallholders RSPO certificates separate from our own plantation certificates and share premiums received with smallholders. The main point with our smallholders is not so much about premiums, but nurturing the spirit of partnership between the company and the smallholders. This is the core to our success. The trust and transparency, which is the core business policy of all Cargill operations. We want them to be proud and receive recognition for their achievements. We have hosted media events to profile the smallholders RSPO certification and regional and national level. We have and will continue to host important Cargill customers to our plantation, where we include a visit and open dialogue with the smallholders cooperative leaders. Some of you guys here have attended some of these dialogues with our smallholders, and I'm sure you have felt, the commitment of the smallholders to produce sustainable oil and to be the best in the world. From these interactions and exposure, the smallholders know and hear from others as well what their role is in fulfilling the world's increasing demand and for sustainable produced vegetable oil. Last year, the smallholders received the Indonesian Platinum CSR Award. The whole is the top of the top-notch award, and just recently in October, 2 weeks back, we again received the Platinum Award at district level. The first one was at national, and the first one was at Indonesian level. The second one was on district level. And the smallholders were also recognized by the President of Indonesia, Megawati, way back in 2003 for being the best run managed cooperative. So these are, I kid you not, these are some of the existing houses that we see in our smallholders area. Some of our smallholders pictures of some of our smallholders cooperative. Okay, I have about a minute. This Cargill's approach to new development areas. We had one permit location where we received in 2001. So the process that we go is to ensure that we communicate. The communication is very important to us. We are there to ensure that we are visible there, and we are there to transparency and to help. So senior Cargill management took part in the initial socialization and regularly visited the area. So the social SIA was carried out. We We shared it with the people, with the government, and although after a year-long socialization, the villagers insisted on smallholders, so the program did not materialize, but relations between the Hindoli and the local communities continue to be constructive. We will continue to explore ways on how we can assist these villagers with the existing planting. Cargill have committed that palm oil products supplied to our customers in Europe, United States, Canada, and Australia, and New Zealand will be from RSPO certified producers, including smallholders. So there was a question yesterday on whether Cargill is funding some of the growers to get certified. You know, there is such a fund, but you know, it's subject to certain conditions. With that, I thank you for your attention.